Brake boost, a mechanic in GTA that makes you go faster. So I'm going to be teaching you how to brake boost in 3 separate locations in the map. So for our first location, you're going to have to make your way down here in this part of the map before we can get started. But one thing to note is that you should know what type of car are you driving. What do I mean by this? Whether your car is an all-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive, or front-wheel drive. So a great way to find out what type of car you're driving is to slowly drive up to a light post. You then start to accelerate. Now if your car starts burning out from all the tires, then it's all-wheel drive. And if your car only burns out from the back tires, then it's rear-wheel drive. And if your car starts burning out from the front tires, then it's front-wheel drive. So, why would you want to know whether it's rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive? The reason why is because front-wheel drive is a little harder to perform a brake boost, as I will show later on. But for all-wheel and rear-wheel drive, it's much easier. Also, these 3 locations all have a thing called a slope. Now this slope will help you get used to performing a brake boost. My car of choice is the Italian GTO, a sports supercar. This thing is incredible. So now, let's begin. As you drive up to the slope, you will see that your back or your whole car suspension will lift. At this moment, you want to click L2, which is your brake, not R1, which is your handbrake. Now that you know how to brake boost, you became the fastest GTA 5 player ever. You can either do speed runs, races, or just for fun. But let's say that you didn't learn. Then this video didn't help you. Well, that's why I ended up adding 2 other locations, where you can try the same technique. For our second location, you're going to make your way down to the airport. Right here in this spot. Also, for other reasons, I decided to pick up a car from the streets. That way, in case you don't have any car, you could do it with also any car from the streets, as long as it's all-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive, and I don't know about front-wheel though. And if it's fast. So here we go again. As you drive up to the slope, pay close attention to your suspension, and right when it lifts, click L2 or LT if you're on Xbox. Hold it for a second or half a second, then let go. Here's a close-up and how the suspension works and how to tell when to brake boost. And if that one doesn't work, keep driving ahead in the sidewalk. You will end up finding another slope. This slope is also pretty effective, so go ahead and give it a try. Now for our third spot, you're going to make your way down to this location for our final slope. As for the other locations, following the same procedure, as you drive up to the slope, you want to click L2 once the suspension lifts. But if none of those worked, don't you worry. I got one more trick up my sleeve. And this is actually how I personally learned how to brake boost. So I'm going to leave a link in the description for a track called 3 Mile Drag Strip. This will for sure help you learn how to brake boost. Trust me. Trust me. As you kick in your aero beat music and you prepare yourself for an hour grind of brake boosting, all your worries, all your fear, everything will be wiped away the minute you hop on this track and start curb boosting alongside of brake boosting. Pay close attention. Once my tires are halfway through the curb, I click L2 to perform brake booster. You might also want to consider watching Initial D, all the seasons, especially the 5th stage, and the final stage. You can't forget the final stage. You gotta watch all the Initial D seasons, every single episode, all of them. All of them, every single one. You gotta remember, this will take time. So just spend as much time as you want on this track. Just not an unhealthy amount. Once you feel very comfortable about your brake boosting skills, you can finally tear apart the streets of Los Santos and go crazy at speeds of 160, 170, 150, and just go Titanic speed.